function of Waila is to celebrate. And in the desert, there certainly is quite a bit to celebrate. I think that many times people don't understand, people from the outside of the culture will come here and look around and they're not certain that there's anything to celebrate. But when you look at the plants, when you look at the land and its changes over the 12-month period that makes up a calendar year, you see plenty of reason to celebrate. And certainly our villages all have a church, and the feast day of that church is celebrated, and generally with the Waila band. The Waila tradition grew up in this region after all of them learned to play fiddle, and interestingly enough, it was the Franciscans and other missionaries who came through and needed music for their services, so they taught a few of them to play fiddle. And these guys, being innovative as they were, would also play tunes that they heard in this region, and it became a social dance music. And the dances that are performed to Waila music include the polka, and then the schottisch, and the mazurka, and more recently the cumbia. I heard one afternoon a gentleman playing the fiddle, and you could hear that crystal clear from 50 yards away. And so when you think about the evening air and how crisp that is and how it carries sound, it must have been a wonderful experience to be able to hear these musicians perform and for people to dance. Over the years, at the beginning of the last century, 1920s, 1930s, all of them were sent to boarding schools, and each one of these schools pretty much was built on a military model, and so they had marching bands. All of them were introduced to woodwinds and other instruments that they normally wouldn't have access to, trumpets and bugles and saxophones. So they, being again innovative as they are, incorporated these instruments into the music that they were playing for the dances at home.